Okay, just a brief test we've run this afternoon with a couple of putters just to see if there's any difference between a £200 putter. In this case it was my own putter, which is a Odyssey Stroke Lab 1 wide, and looked out something that was fairly similar in design. Benros MD Tribe, a little bit different at the back, but essentially a very similar style putter to my own. So it was interesting looking at the results of a little test we did, which was up in our little putting area upstairs in the shop. 10-12 balls with each putter, and really interesting looking at the results of the 12 balls. So looking along here, we've got across the 12 balls, average launch direction, very slight tendency in both to hit it very slightly left of the target. A little bit more consistent with the Odyssey Stroke Lab, so in terms of starting direction, a little bit more relevant to the target line. This one started a little bit left and had a little bit more variability within it. Ball speed, which I found quite interesting. The construction of the Benros putter is an all metal construction. I thought the ball might come off the face a little faster in that one. You can see it's come off very slightly slower than the Stroke Lab, which has essentially a plastic insert. So ball speed pretty consistent of both, albeit as I say a little bit faster off the Stroke Lab. But I did find this really quite interesting, that the skid distance, Stroke Lab is part of the technology of the micro hinge face, is supposed to get the ball rolling quite quickly. I was actually better at rolling off the all steel face, which is a milled face, really. So that was quite an interesting. You see that there in the roll percentage, how much of the ball's journey did it spend rolling, 90% over 88. Not a small amount, but this might have expected my own putter to perform a little bit better than it did. Club speed, you can see there's absolutely no difference in the two there, both averaging 2.6 miles per hour. And probably the last little bit here, which is perhaps interesting as well, the tempo was not any different really between the two putters there. One of the features of the Stroke Lab is the weight under the grip and the weight in the head, which is aimed at improving the tempo. I guess from a relatively experienced golfer, my tempo probably is reasonably good. Anyway, but in summary here, what did we see? Stroke Lab perhaps performs a little bit better off a little bit more accurate off the face. This one performed really well in terms of the ball rolling towards the hole. And I guess if you're looking at value for money, £70 as opposed to the Stroke Lab, which retails at near to a couple of £100. All in all, these Benros putters are pretty good investment, and I'm sure would work well in the right hands.